Hello everybody, my name is Mark and I want to present my PhD project, Interdisciplinary Game Development, Situating the Skill Building and Professional Expertise among Danish Game Workers. I'm from IT University of Copenhagen in Denmark, and I'm trying to create this research project that targets game industry workplaces in order to study the interdisciplinary practices and knowledge and know-how that make up the creation of game products, and to do this from a specifically Danish environment. With this illustration, I try to show that the game studio as a concept can be rather convoluted. Nevertheless, in my case, it's important that I am able to break it down into the disciplinary knowledge domains such as design, art, tech, or production, and even to distinguish how the workplace is organized according to such domains and their interdisciplinary potential. I ask an overall research question: how are interdisciplinary work forms and competences cultivated among newcomers for working in the Danish game industry? So first of all then, I aim to analyze the game studio as a socially dynamic learning environment. However, secondly, I also aim to analyze how newcomers as a group enter these environments and cultivate professional identities as game makers. This is a more critical angle. I aim not just to examine how game makers learn to collaborate across disciplines, but also to reflect the socialization of game workers in a Danish context by approaching this acquisition of skills and competences to meet work demands. Right now, I imagine that answering this research question will bring me in contact with mainly these three research communities. Studio studies in order to approach the game studio as a concept, game production studies for the more critical and sociological angle, and game design research for understanding the practice of making games. I have three cases that I will delve into: a startup game company, an educational game making environment, and a more established game company. In that sense, I hope with my project to be able to contrast these cases and compare them to talk a little bit more about the transition into the game industry for newcomers specifically.